What's up everyone and welcome back to MMA Lad. Let's kick it off with Dricus Du Plessis addresses critics of his awkward fighting style. Middleweight champion Dricus Du Plessis has responded to critics who have mocked his unorthodox fighting style, explaining that his approach was carefully designed to be effective against both elite strikers and high-level wrestlers in the UFC. Du Plessis acknowledged that his style may look ugly but argued that it was developed with a clear purpose by his coaches.
Bringing as a champion is don't think the norm or what you think is the people don't think what is normal and the people see as this is the way to do it is the way to do it. If you don't step out of the norm, if you don't step out of the ordinary, you will never be extraordinary. Now if you look at my style, it was criticized, then it was analyzed, and now I think people are taking notes, and they better be taking notes because they're playing catch up already, and the longer they wait, the longer they're gonna wait to catch up. And you know, for me, I've gotten that criticism of my style from my first fight, the very first one, and I've seen that with a lot of champions. You see wrestling guys going, oh, he's not a good wrestler, and then all of a sudden they want to become strikers, and yeah, always try to finish a fight and always better your striking, but your style is your style and you keep to it. Get better. Listen, I give myself a 6, maybe a 6.5 out of 10 for what I think I can do in terms of technique and how I fight. So there's a lot of improvement, but my style, as ugly as it seems or as awkward as it seems, that style was developed by us, by my coach, because we saw that as the style to beat your elite strikers, to beat your elite wrestlers, and to beat, because it's MMA striking, it's not kickboxing, it's not wrestling, and it's not grappling, it's MMA, and that's why my style was developed the way it is. It doesn't look conventional because it isn't. It is a style of the one man who has the title in the middleweight division. My preparation for this fight was like my preparation for every fight, focused on me and what I need to go and do in there. I'm not training for Sean's level. I'm training to be the best Dricus that the world's ever seen out there. I'm not training to be the guy, this fight to go beat Sean. I'm training to be champion of the world. I need to beat anybody. If anybody else shows up that night, I need to beat him. And that's how I approach this.
The African champion is gearing up for his rematch against Sean Strickland at UFC 312, and he remains confident that he will walk away with another win. And before we continue, be sure to leave a like on this video. Thanks in advance. Alex Pereira training with Diego Lopes in Australia. Alex Pereira has been spotted in Australia, helping Sean Strickland prepare for his upcoming title rematch against Dricus Du Plessis. Pereira, the current UFC light heavyweight champion, was also seen sparring with featherweight contender Diego Lopes as he balances his own training ahead of his title defense against Magomed Ankalaev at UFC 313. Jimmy Crute returns after year-long layoff. After nearly a year and a half away, Jimmy Crute is set to return to action at UFC 312, where he will face Rodolfo Bellato. Crute has had a rough stretch, with 3 losses and a draw in his last 4 fights, but he remains optimistic about his comeback. Despite the pressure, Crute says he is approaching this fight with a renewed mindset.
Feeling really good, man. Just nice, chill, ready to go to work sort of mood. Bit of both, man. Like, I do a lot of visualization, so I've been sort of just letting my mind wander a lot and sort of letting it all play out. Media and stuff and fight week is cruisy, just whatever happens, but more or less for the fight. You know, I'm here to fight, I'm not here for media and stuff, but I'll enjoy it all in the lead up. I only get asked in the media, you know, like everyone else is just like, oh, how you going and stuff, but the media's like, oh, so tell us about this last 12 months or 16 months. And I'm just like, I can't tell you because so much has happened that I can't pinpoint one thing to tell how to sum up the last however long. So it's fun. It's so different. It's the same thing, but so different. Just a different point of view. It's positive this time. I feel in such a good mood. I'm enjoying every second of fight week. Yeah, been around for a while. Sort of know what to expect in a lot of ways, but then I also know to expect the unexpected. So I think that's the key to it. You never know what's going to happen, but just being present and enjoying it is the reason I'm here. You know, I'm here to enjoy myself and have fun.
Zhang Weili ready for Tatiana Suarez at UFC 312. UFC strawweight champion Zhang Weili is set to defend her title against the undefeated Tatiana Suarez at UFC 312. Despite Suarez's elite wrestling skills, Weili is confident she can handle her on the ground.
This 3 months is just eat, sleep, training. Eat, sleep, training. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm excited because Tatiana is a very good wrestler. Grappling is so high level, right? No lose. So I'm excited with Tatiana's fight. I don't scare her wrestling. Fans is so nice and so friendly. Yes, I like here. Yeah, Chinese fans win and still.
What's next for Nassourdine Imavov? Following his impressive knockout victory over Israel Adesanya, the MMA community is wondering, what's next for Nassourdine Imavov? Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo both weighed in, suggesting that a matchup against Caio Borralho makes the most sense.
I think you give Imavov Khamzat Chimaev. I think stylistically that's not a good fight for him, but there has to be something that needs to go on at the middleweight division. I personally don't think that Strickland should have went in there and fought for the title. I don't know why the UFC did that. And particularly his fight with Paulo Coelho was the most boring fight at middleweight.
Wow.
It was Kamaru. It was super boring. If they're going to give the title shot to Khamzat Chimaev, probably going to have to give Imavov Borralho. Imavov and Borralho makes perfect sense.
If Khamzat Chimaev doesn't want to wait, I think you have to do Chimaev versus Imavov, and winner fights the winner of Strickland versus Du Plessis. But if that's not the case, you do Imavov versus Caio Borralho. He hasn't had that star breakout performance yet to where his name is thrown into that short list of who's next to fight for the title. See, I think Chimaev is next, and then I think Imavov versus Borralho gets the winner of that.
However, some believe a high-stakes fight between Imavov and Chimaev could be on the horizon. Jon Jones' huge announcement leaves fans disappointed. Jon Jones hyped up a huge announcement, leading many fans to believe he would be revealing a fight against Tom Aspinall. Instead, Jones announced that he is joining the Power to the Patients campaign advocating for healthcare price transparency.
Thanks for joining me today. This next fight for me is a personal one, but it's not just for me. It's for every American who's ever been bullied, robbed, or deceived. It's arguably the most important fight of my career. My next opponent will be the American healthcare system. I'll be joining Power to the Patients to take on hospitals, PBMs, and insurance companies that refuse to show us their prices so that they can overcharge us while raking in enormous profits. We should know that an MRI could cost $600 or $6,000 so that we can avoid overpaying. In America, we shouldn't have to advocate for honesty and accountability in healthcare, but here we are. It's time we all fight for real prices and transparency in healthcare. God bless America, and power to the patients.
Fans were not exactly happy with this decision. Frankly speaking, I am personally not happy either. I mean, who doesn't want to see the Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall showdown? Well, before anything else, what do you think of this shocking Jon Jones move? What are your final predictions for UFC 312? Do you think DDP will again win against Sean Strickland? Let me know what you think by leaving a comment down in the comment section. And if you enjoyed the update, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Catch you in the next video.